Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back everybody. Let's take a look again on the gold market. So here we see really big events could happen on the gold market, although mostly on a high time frame, and this is the story for some nearest future. But I would mention, for instance, on the daily chart that we could get the big butterfly. So it might be the left wing of the butterfly that could become the right wing, and market really could keep going higher with the taking of this top. Of course not today. This is some perspective for a few nearest weeks, but I do not see any reasons why it can't happen, just because on the fundamental background that we see. As we have mentioned in today's video on the Forex market, one of the important targets, or fundamental targets that we have discussed in the recent few months, actually I would say even from the last year, that Fed probably sooner rather than later will capitulate and turn to the quantitative easing, has achieved. And it has been achieved with a pace that haven't been seen in the history at all. So just within 1 week, Fed has pumped in $300 billion. So this is just outstanding pace. So the 60% of the efforts of the whole quantitative tightening that was holding for 9 months has been reversed. So balance has jumped up. I mean, Fed balance. Treasury has lost a lot of cash in the deposit. It's more than 175 billions in a week. So it's just outstanding. Where this all madness leads us, it's still yet to be known. So we will see. But with such a tempo of the quantitative easing, gold has really good chance to show great performance. And currently it seems that equilibrium shifts in the favor, in advantage of the bulls, as a long-term bearish pattern that we have on the monthly chart now has more chance to be erased with the upward continuation of the gold market. This is for those who would like to invest in the gold. So in the shorter term, our suggestion that market doesn't show really bearish performance yesterday was correct, and indeed you could see that market has shown this upward action. At the same time, the grabber that we have here is still valid. And gold market has such a feature, it likes to form bearish 222 patterns at this housing of the bullish action. So very often on the gold market is more often than anywhere happens so that market is forming as a reversal pattern regardless 222 sell. So it's difficult to me to say something whether it makes sense to trade it or not, but I would say that in the current moment, if you would like to make some scalp trade, bearish scalp trade on the gold, this is the perfect placement. It's just because here you could have potentially very small risk if you would like to take the short position. Maybe market will not turn down significantly, but it could show some minor downside reaction. Theoretically, it is possible. Besides, don't forget that, at least theoretically, if market will close below this top today, we will get the grabber on the weekly chart as well. And it's also important. Maybe next week it will be erased, we do not know. But the fact is the fact, it will in place. So from that standpoint, in the current here, well, it's difficult to make the position for upward breakouts, just because, as I said yesterday, that the upside potential is limited just because the gold tentative or bought. And it's difficult to force yourself to just buying right near the top and on Friday. But if you'd like to go short, well, difficult to say what the chance for success here, but in general, take a look what we have. We have actually this kind of the divergence that we see here. Maybe the grabber will be formed. So you could watch for another grabber, for example. If we'll take a look, this market could theoretically try to touch it on the 4 time frame chart. But in fact, right now we have garbage people to sell in place. The most tricky moment with this garbage people to sell is that OP target of this ABCD pattern stands above the previous top. So here it might be some kind of the wash and rinse. So market could just jump up, grab the stops above this area and just turns down again. And from that standpoint, if you would like to take the short position, you could try either to wait for this wash and rinse, so when the market will hit the OP, here probably will give us the grabber on the follow time frame chart at the same point, and then drop down, forming the wash and rinse. If this will happen, you could consider taking the scalp short position. Alternatively, we don't know whether this will happen or not. You could try to take the short position right there, because Gartley's T+2 pattern actually exists already. But you will have to place stop slightly higher, so above the OP. So that's two options that actually we have currently. Overall setup, I wouldn't say that's very reliable, so it's a bit tricky. But in the current points, guys, for intraday trading, that's the only thing that we have currently to consider. If you're interested, well, you could try to do this. At least a risk here will be very small. So if even something will go wrong, potential risk just will be for a few bucks. So it's a very comfortable area for a position taken. So that's actually all that we have currently on the gold, and let's see what will happen actually in the nearest time, especially on the bigger picture.